young boy who grew up without a friend. There once was a boy named Eli who lived at the edge of a small town where the houses thinned into fields and forests. The other children ran in noisy groups through the streets, riding bicycles, shouting each other's names, inventing games that lasted until sunset. But Eli was almost always alone. It wasn't that he was unkind. He simply never seemed to fit into the rhythm of other people. He spoke too quietly. He thought too long before answering questions. When the other boys wrestled in the dirt, Eli watched clouds moving over the hills. When the girls traded secrets and laughter, he stood nearby, smiling politely, but never stepping fully inside the circle. At school, he sat by the window during lunch. Teachers called him well-behaved. Adults said he was mature for his age, but those words were only gentler ways of saying he was alone. Every afternoon, he walked home by himself along the gravel road. He passed the same crooked fence, the same pond where frogs croaked at dusk, the same old oak tree that bent over the path like a tired giant. And every day, he imagined someone walking beside him. Sometimes he imagined a best friend who laughed loudly and dragged him into adventures. Sometimes he imagined someone quiet like himself, someone who understood silence without feeling uncomfortable inside it. But imagination always disappeared when he opened the front door. His mother loved him deeply, though she worked long hours at the town diner. His father had left when Eli was very young, leaving behind little more than an old toolbox and a photograph faded by sunlight. Their house was small and often quiet, except for the ticking kitchen clock. So Eli learned to fill empty spaces himself. He built entire worlds from scraps of wood behind the shed. He read books until midnight beneath blankets with a flashlight. He learned the names of birds. He taught himself to draw. He spoke to stray cats that wandered near the porch because animals never seemed to mind silence. Years passed this way. By 13, loneliness no longer felt sharp. It felt heavy instead, like carrying a coat that could never be removed. One winter afternoon, Eli stayed late at school to avoid walking home in the freezing rain. While wandering the nearly empty library, he noticed another boy sitting cross-legged on the floor between shelves. The boy looked up nervously. "You hiding too?" he asked. Eli blinked. "What?" From everybody. The boy shrugged as though it were obvious. His name was Noah. He had transferred schools 3 weeks earlier and had not made any friends either. He talked awkwardly, laughed at strange moments, and carried notebooks full of inventions nobody understood. For the first time in Eli's life, conversation did not feel like work. They spent that afternoon talking about impossible machines, constellations, books, and why rainy days felt different from sunny ones. When the library